Joined now by Tina Madison, the head coach of the Spartans. Well, you certainly had a test here in the first round. It was scoreless until the bottom of the sixth. You get those 2 runs, and the way Riley was pitching, it felt like that would be enough, but of course it wasn't going to be easy in the seventh. What was the emotional roller coaster that you and the entire team experienced between getting those 2 runs in the sixth and then having to hang on for dear life in the seventh?
Honestly, with the way the game was going, Sean, I thought those 2 runs were going to be enough. Riley was really shutting them down. And like we had talked about on Thursday, remember I said, sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. And when that ball, it literally looked like something from a movie. I don't know what that one movie is. It's like the ball like skips around or whatever. That's literally what it looked like. I don't know if that's what it looked like up here. So then in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, that had to hit the runner's foot. And I went out and talked to the umpire, and it in fact did not. We call that the Hempfield hop here. Anxious to get turf here, but it felt like just bad luck, and it's sometimes really hard to regain focus after that. But I looked them all in the eyes and said, let's go. Honestly, then Riley makes that nice backhand play. The runner's coming from second to third. I'm thinking you have to get an out here. Something else could have went wrong. Something could have spiraled even further. She throws the third. The girl's safe. That girl's quick. Now we're safe at first and third. Now I'm in a first and third with 1 out. It's a mess. So I think her getting that out, even though that girl was probably going to be out at third, I think it was a very nice play for her to make that backhand play 3-1. Now we're at 2 outs and a little bit safer, but
not too safe, though.
But I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that I sent Lou there in the bottom of the sixth because I almost did it. But I was like running down third base with her, and that girl, she was backpedaling on that fly ball, and I'm like, okay, Lou's a great base runner. So when we got her in, I was like, okay, now it's 2-0. Feel a little better. Thank God. So that was a little luck our way.
Final out of the game.
Yeah.
It looked like, based on where you position Howard, because we know you play her different than a lot of coaches play their second baseman. Mm-hmm. The second it left the bat, did you think this is the third out, or did you think this is a tie game?
For that little ground ball? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the one that Howard ranged over, got to throw just in the nick of time to get the final out.
Game over.
You have that much confidence in her to make that play.
Yeah, that was game over. But I thought the other one, so I'm thinking, oh my gosh. But yeah. So yeah, she's... I really can't wait to put that. I'm going to make it to some funny music. Did you guys not think like that was just...
Yeah, like the Benny Hill music out? Yeah.
Like I felt like, are you kidding me? You just rolled the ball and it was rolling and it just went... Boop. It had to have made contact with the runner. So now It took
a very high hop.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it was a little bit of bad luck. And then then we get excited, start throwing the ball around a little bit, and it's 2-1. But
Riley was perfect for a long stretch of this game. I think until the sixth inning, she was perfect. Maybe I'm misremembering, but she took it at least into the fifth inning. Is that more difficult to coach a pitcher who has a perfect game going, or do you kind of treat them all the same and it's even easier maybe than if they're, giving up a hit here or there?
I'm just really excited that Riley had that game. I thought her past 2 games in the Whippy honestly weren't her best. And, I mean, she still performed and got the job done. But, that's the Riley we know. That's the Riley just shutting them down pristine. And, I think that goes into play of the fact that we had such a long break. So it's kind of good now that we're going to be playing, hopefully. So... Well, we don't have to wait.
There's one more playing for sure. That's guaranteed.
We don't have to wait.
Victory.
Is my point. So, yeah, I think Chambersburg is winning right now, 3-1 in the top of the seventh.
That's what we saw as well. Yes.
Yeah.
I know that State College probably doesn't have the same knowledge and scouting report of your team that WPIAL foes do. I'm willing to bet a WPIAL opponent's not pitching to Lauren Howard in that scenario that they did in the sixth inning when it was a scoreless game and they had, I think, 2 bases open. Were you surprised that they threw to her? And I guess you're probably less surprised that she came through.
I thought to myself, no way they're going to pitch to her here. I wouldn't have pitched to her.
I don't know that any teams that know her well probably would have. And that's kind of the uncertainty that comes into state playoff games, right?
And it's kind of cool. I mean, although I'm not going to say they weren't prepared. They picked off my steal signs, so I'm not going to say they weren't prepared. I mean, we were, you get the stuff off Max Preps. You can be prepared as you can be, but there's nothing like seeing a team twice a year for the past 4 years. I know their 6th hitter like they know their 6th hitter. You know what I mean? So this is it's a new environment for us, but they were prepared. I'm not going to say they weren't, but yeah. it was nice to have Lauren up at that moment.
Yeah, and she came through. Well, it was also nice, I would imagine, to play here, and I think we heard that you had almost 400 fans, which is crazy considering it's still a weekday at 4 o'clock game. It's not like it's a later game or on a weekend or anything like that. Now, maybe school-wise it's easier, but for the parents who came out, for the adults, they certainly showed their commitment. How important was it to get this game at home and where, you were able to have that massive crowd behind you?
I think it was good, although I think it affected some of our players. I think the nerves were really high today.
It almost felt like a bigger environment than the championship game at Norwin, with that being at 11.
It was. We never got to play at home in state playoffs, so it's special. But at the same token, I mean, maybe it was good to get that out of the way, to get their nerves out of the way, to see this type of crowd. Do you know who that pitcher reminded me a lot of? The young lady from Ligonier Valley that threw up and in. What was it, Piper?
Cheyenne Piper.
Yeah.
Who just went on to win a championship at the college ranks, by the way.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember, but we would start off scrimmaging her every year, and it would be like 0-1 or 2-1, and I'm like, oh, my God, we can't hit this girl. That's exactly what it was. She was throwing the screwball up and in, and we were freezing. But, yeah, she reminded me a lot of that young lady.
Well, you did just enough today to win. Go enjoy this one, and good luck heading into Thursday's quarterfinals.
Thank you.